All right, we're gonna swap out this warranty motor. Yeah, I was down underneath there, and then I ran all the way to Trane, get the motor, and came back. That was it. Wasn't bad. It gets dark at 6 o'clock now, so it's...
Yeah, that's what sucks.
Yeah. If you don't get the rust off the shaft, forget it. It'll lock up on you. I used to sand it down.
One of the tricks that work.
I got this from Harbor Freight and I love it. This one's not too bad because it's not that old. Some of them are really rusty. It's getting a little cold out here. For a Floridian anyways. Born and raised here, so
Yeah.
don't take much for me to get cold.
Yeah, I just got my freaking jacket on.
I was dressed cold, but then I changed because I was underneath that trailer and it was not nice.
Yeah.
Put it that way. I think there were some animals under there at certain times.
Critters.
Yeah. The worst time is I was under there one time and another set of eyeballs was looking back at me. That's it. That was a raccoon. I was like, oh God. Yeah, he didn't bother me, but I didn't know if he had a nest or babies, you know. So. Measure my height and then line that up with the connector. And let's use this. When you asked me earlier, you said, how many years did I go to school?
Yeah.
And I said, none. I should have said 21. Because you never stop learning.
No, you don't.
You know, and you're constantly brushing up on the skills.
Well, they change things so much anymore.
Yep.
When I started doing communication towers, the shelters they were as big as a house. You know, they were huge.
With all different kind of computers and stuff in there?
All different kinds of machines in there. You walk in there, it's hot as hell.
Yeah, see, they need mini splits. They do that a lot here. They put little air conditioners in.
Oh, these had big air conditioners. But then they started downsizing to where it was just a shelter, a small shelter. So.
And they tried to cram all that stuff in there?
Well, they just kept downsizing. And then it became, the radios were, fiber half, you know, just little bays and fiber half. So.
Sucker slid down on me. It's a fine line between too loose and too tight.
Yeah.
Too tight and you won't be able to move these legs. There's like a little dimple on this that goes in that little groove.
Slot.
Yeah, and too tight, you won't be able to move it. Too loose and they constantly fall out or it drops down. Once you get it lined up, send her home, you know. That's that. And then on the trains, they have a little notch down there. So you have to make sure that this is lined up. The other ones are just a round hole. There.
Right.
Oh, I do it for the connector here and also for this zip tie, so I don't have to change it. Another little trick of the trade, you know. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, last house we lived in, the freaking landlord, they don't do nothing. The guy who owned the place, you know, fixed anything we wanted, but then he died and his kids took over.
Then it was about the money then.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, they're just slumlords.
Yeah. They gotta have the pride of ownership, you know?
We tried to get them to sell it to us. And now, well, they sent us a thing 60 days to get out because the estate settled.
They were just trying to get rid of the house to...
So it's like, well, we'll buy it. Well, we don't want to sell it. My brother wants to move in.
No.
It's like, okay, well.
So they didn't really have a choice.
We moved over here. Then we found out that 3 weeks after, a month after we moved out, they sold the house. A month after that, it got sold again. Then another 2 months after that, it got sold again.
Oh my goodness. I wonder why it sold so many times.
Well, because they sold it to different investors.
Oh. That must have been back in the craze.
2 years ago.
Oh.
We've been here almost 2.
Yeah, once I set the dip switches and hook up the Y2, it's really gonna...
Oh, it's got dip switches?
Yeah. So I gotta make sure that those are in the right spot because the same guy that is supposed to hook up Y2.
Didn't.
Yeah, well, exactly. They should have set the dip switches. And what's worse is if they set the dip switches and they don't hook up the Y2, it even slows it down more because it comes like on high. Because it's for multiple tonnages. So if they set it to the right tonnage, but still never hooked up the Y2, then it's even slower fan speed. And you'll, like I said, you'll notice it struggling to keep up in the summer and no airflow on the far side.
Well, we were having problems. My daughter's bedroom and my son's bedroom weren't getting any cool.
They're on the other end of the house, right? Yep. Is this a St. Augustine? Yeah. The other thing I've seen a lot in these houses is the insulation in the living room.
Yeah.
The cathedral, where the walls are vertical.
Yeah.
The insulation, when they built these houses, they didn't staple it or glue it. They just set it in between the wood, and it all falls down. So I went in with my thermal camera, and you could see the 2x4s, and you could see... I have tons of videos of them. Okay, hook up our ground wire. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, there's that. And we got a 3-ton. Okay, we got the blower motor replaced. Pulling 1.8 amps. Cool mode. I connected the red with the yellow. So now we have Y2 capped off the Y1. And we set the dip switches. It's on high speed for a 3-ton, even though I have a 3.5-ton air handler. Have to match the CFM for the condenser. Blower motor's working. And we did a diagnosis with the go, no-go test.